Hey guys, it's your favorite registered dietitian, Jeff Gibberman, and I am going to start making some videos and start filling some people in on some interesting topics that sometimes get confused in the general public. So today I was going to talk about blood sugar and blood sugar balance. So what is blood sugar? Essentially, blood sugar is when all the food that we eat kind of gets broken down in our bloodstream, and then when it's in our bloodstream, it goes to the cells in our body to be used for energy. So a lot of people don't necessarily understand how the types of foods that they eat can impact blood sugar. So that's kind of what I'm going to summarize today. So I got my little handy dandy whiteboard to help me do that. So what are the big things that impact blood sugar? So some of you may have heard the term macronutrients, and what macronutrients means is basically big food molecules. So that's what I drew right here. So there's three main kind, and I'll draw those here. So there's these are the terms you've heard of before. So fat, CHO is for carbohydrate, PRO is for protein, and then here is fiber. So fat, carbohydrate, and protein all impact the way that the food that you eat is turned into sugar. So for example, if you eat a meal or snack with just carbohydrate, carbohydrate is the most easily digested form of food that turns into blood sugar the quickest. So for example, when you eat just carbohydrate, it really can have the tendency to spike your blood sugar really quickly, which can kind of lead to a quick rise in blood sugar followed by a quick down spiral. So that's kind of a jump in your blood sugar and then it goes down. When your blood sugar is low after a meal or snack with just carbohydrate within a couple hours, that can impact your cravings and your taste preferences. Fat and protein are unique because they help slow down carbohydrate. Even if you were to have a meal and snack with just protein or just fat, those things alone are broken down much more slowly than carbohydrate. So they're essentially more blood sugar stabilizing. So for example, fat is a really good blood sugar stabilizing nutrient. And then down here I drew fiber, and I drew it a little different than these because fiber is a little different because fiber actually doesn't get broken down and enter into your bloodstream. It remains in your digestive tract. So for those of you that aren't familiar with your digestive tract, it's essentially a tube from your mouth to your butt, and there's different organs along the way to help break down different nutrients from food so that it can be absorbed into your body. What's interesting about fiber though is that fiber can also slow down the rate in which carbohydrate enters your bloodstream. So for example, if you're eating a piece of fruit, well, there's carbohydrate in fruit and there's fiber in fruit. So the fiber helps slow down the release of carbohydrate into your bloodstream, making the release more, something slow and steady like this. This is more blood sugar stabilizing than that quick rise and drop that I drew earlier. So some of you may heard the term, oh, well, most people should eat like diabetics, which means essentially that you want to eat in a way that you're helping stabilize your blood sugar through your food choices. And essentially what that means is balancing out fat, protein, carbohydrates, and fiber with your meals and snacks. So ideally, your body kind of works best and your blood sugar responds best if you have a balance or have some synergistic qualities with all of these different nutrients eaten at the same time. So I'm going to draw another little chart here. So I'm going to give an example of someone who has unstable blood sugar, and then I'm going to draw someone that has stabilized blood sugar. So this is just kind of a larger representation of what I just drew. So this is someone that maybe is, eating just mostly carbohydrates, not enough protein or fat or fiber with what they're eating. Their blood sugar tends to be a little out of control. And why is this a problem? Well, like I mentioned earlier, this leads to your blood sugar dropping below a certain level, which can impact your cravings or just the way you feel. So maybe you feel fatigued if you get a low blood sugar spike. Some people are more sensitive at feeling or noticing low blood sugar than others. And then down here is a person that's eating well-balanced meals and snacks. So they're having healthy fats, they're having some protein, some carbohydrates, and some fiber. And when they eat, their blood sugar slowly rising and slowly dipping. And then that's when it's time that they know to eat again, and slowly rising and slowly dipping. So this is just kind of a summary of blood sugar and why you might want to start thinking about balancing your intake out a little bit. If you have any questions, please feel free to respond to the comments below on this video. And if you have any topics that you would like me to address in future videos, also write that too, and I will do my best to make a video. Thanks. Take care. Bye.